Yep. Man, it's something about that beat. I just love it. Wow. Yeah, that's a nice intro. Shalom. Welcome you to the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast. I am your host, Yeshua Judah.
The car last night.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Mm.
You don't want that shit to come back to haunt you. Ain't been up this early in a long time. Turned on the TV this morning. Had this shit on about living in a violent world. Showed all these foreign places. Foreigners live.
Yo.
Started thinking, man.
Wish we had some merch. I'll mail it to you, Jamil, the trunk.
Either they don't know, don't show.
Okay.
I don't care about what's going on in the hood.
Now, welcome to the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast. You see, my white boy, she be keeping me in line over there. She did that with a smirk on her face, too. She was like, shut up, boy. We ain't ready yet. we ain't ready yet. All right, man. We got a great one lined up today. We're not going to take a whole lot of time in the preliminaries because we do have, it's kind of jam-packed.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get everything in. I sent you a text message last night, I don't know if you saw it or not. I said, I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I hear you good. Yep.
Yeah. I seen that. I caught that last.
Yeah, we got that one in there too. I stuffed that in there as well, man. So yeah, we got a lot going on because it is a lot going on. So welcome, family. Jamil, the trunk rattler. I see McCall in the house. I see Yamay in the house. Mr. Tyrion Ayob and Yahoo is in the house. Of course, welcome, brother. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are y'all?
We blessed over here. We got Benasha Lahaya in the house, and of course, Shaka Boom 80 is in the house.
Yeah.
And she come with the instructions as well. Be sure to hit the like button. Y'all come in. Feel free to subscribe, share, and always enjoy the podcast. We're going to have to get that verbally from Shaka Boom 80, man. Let's drop that up on there. We're going to have to get that. But yeah.
Let's call Shaw Nathaniel.
Nathan. Yeah. Nathan. Hit the like button, man. There is no excuse. I'm going to say this. I promise it. There is no excuse, truth be told, it's not Bob. I know we be dropping some jewels on this thing, man. And we the only one be getting it, man. What they say, we be preaching to the choir.
I'm telling you, look, we be saying something, but then 2 months later, what we talked about on episode 10 episodes ago, it be coming to fruition. All praise to the Most High for that. All praise to the Most High for that. But yeah, gems, jewels, whatever you want to call them, diamonds, we be dropping.
Right.
All praise to the Most High for that.
All praise to the Most High for that, for real. It is hot in here too. We're gonna turn that fan on in a minute. But yeah, you got any announcements, anything you want to share with the people before we get cranking, Ayo?
Epistles of Hillside Hundo listening party. It's going down.
It's gonna be going down. I listened to that thing too, boy. You talking about funky?
I think a lot of people. I'm about to wake y'all up.
I went through 2 cans of Lysol and some Febreze up in here, boy. After I played that jump, boy, I just couldn't stand it. The funk was too,
Ain't that the celebration they done banned in the NFL? They can't do it this year. They done banned.
Right.
That thing stuck on y'all.
Say, boy, they keep banning stuff. They ain't gonna, everything they banned, it be our stuff. They don't understand. This is why we got the flavor. They won't. Have you ever tasted chicken with no seasoning?
Unfortunately, I have.
Raw chicken.
And look, just like we was talking before the show, you know what they ban it because they can't make it. So chicken with no seasoning, we put that funk in it. They go that
Right.
Home. Boy, that thing got raisins.
You understand what I'm saying?
Too much mayonnaise. That thing got everything.
Pumpkin pie.
Hey, pumpkin
Watch
pie.
it.
Who eats
Oh, okay.
that? Oh, okay. Never mind. I prefer sweet potato though. I prefer sweet. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's get it going. Let's get it going. We ain't go. Yeah, man. I love it here, man. We definitely gonna have some fun up in here. Go ahead and roll that first clip back.
Roll that beautiful bean foot.
Okay.
We jumping right in.
Yeah, we gonna go right to it, man. Cause I don't want to.
Yeah.
No warning, no nothing. Just
to my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
What?
Oh,
Boy.
man, there's so many different angles. Let me get my mind right here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I did a video, Mo Talk, Ayola Minot, and I actually took it down. This is when the story first hit. I took it down, and that's a perfect example of you should hear the whole matter, right?
Right.
And so when I began to hear the whole matter, I took it down because I'm not gonna say that I was going in on Unc, but I questioned Unc's judgment, which I still do. But I was questioning his judgment being 56, dealing with a 19-year-old, right? And I questioned it hard, right? Even though she was grown, 19, she's 21 now, but man, this age gap is crazy. You dig what I'm saying? And so when the whole matter came out, when he said what her name was on that clip, I went and Googled old girl. She's not your average 19-year-old. She's not your average 21-year-old.
Right.
She is everything that you would think a only friends person would be, a friends only fans, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, to be. So this is why I took it down, right?
Right.
Still feel the same way I feel about that, but this is the thing. My wife said something, we was talking about it. She was like, Shannon was looking for a freak. Well, guess what he found in Gabby? Freak. Freak of the week. That's what she was. I don't know if you've seen those text messages and stuff that between them, bro.
Yeah, they
Too graphic to repeat on Truth Be Told. You know, some of the things that this young lady was saying, right?
Yeah, got a little.
This is the thing. This is going to cost Shannon Sharp a whole lot more than money. The embarrassment being 56 years old going through this here. In that video that I took down, I had a clip also of Monique when she told them, Shannon, leave these young gals alone. You need you an old one. That ain't what Monique said, but that's what she was saying.
Right.
Somebody who gonna cook for you and rub your feet.
Right.
And make you feel good.
Right.
He didn't take the advice.
Nope.
Cat Williams gave him advice too when he was on this show.
He did.
He didn't take that advice.
No, he didn't.
And I've heard what Willie D say, I'm not gonna kick a man while he down, and I'm not gonna kick Shannon either while he down, because I don't think Shannon is a rapist, but bro, your decision making.
Yeah, man.
Very questionable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet, and I would like to know what the people in the audience feel about it. I know y'all got some thoughts on it. I know y'all been hearing about it, so drop your thoughts on Shannon, and I'm gonna turn it over to you, Ayob, and hear what what y'all got to say, and this talk about this thing.
Like, man, they coming after your legacy. Your legacy is in jeopardy. Just as Jamil just put in the chat, horrible choices to land back off what Big Ark is saying. Your decision making, and when I say legacy, this is what I mean. Hall of Fame. He done won the last 2 years. He done won a couple Emmys for the best podcast. You got Club Shay Shay interviewing all the celebrities, which is the number one out there. It passed Drink Champs, All the Smoke podcasts with Matt Barnes and Stack 5.
And those are great podcasts.
Those are great. I mean, he said his checks from Cat Williams' interview and Monique Steve Harvey's interview alone, he was like, man, I paid my bills for 2-3 years. I'm like, man. But getting to my point, to wrap it up real quick, because we got a lot. You said something, Ock. You said something, Cat Williams said something, and Monique said something without saying it. Get a woman your age. Now, I'm going to throw out some names, and I know in the past couple of years and here lately, these names ain't necessarily been great amongst our community far as ladies. But you 56, Shay Shay, Shannon, you got Hall of Fame, you got Emmys, you got great podcasts, you got deals, you got Nightcap podcast, which is one of the top sports podcasts for the late night. It's out there. You mean to tell me Lisa Ray, Vivica Fox, Tracy Ellis Ross, they your age, And again, I know Tracy Ellis, the same thing. She young men, she been catching fire for it. Y'all the same age. You mean to tell me y'all can't find something compatible? Something? Go to the movies, have some brunch. Like, 19-year-olds, Snow Bunny? That's, man, horrible choices. Again, those names I just thrown, just think about all the actresses that's retired, that's around Shannon's age. Just think. The name, Lisa Ray, Tracy Ellis Ross.
We got a new one that's free. That just got free. Neil Long.
And again, the first, like I said, Lisa Ray, Vivica, they may not be the greatest choices, but hey, let me with Shannon Sharp, I don't think Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox turned down a brunch date from you. I don't think so. I could be wrong. But I ain't saying get married, but I'm saying they're your age and they've had good careers. What's going on? So that's my take. I just think, and to add this, so now if you ain't heard about it yet, y'all will, because it's starting to hit the media. But today around 3 p.m., so now they done went back in the archives and you got 2 battery charges from 1995 and 2004, both from Atlanta. Now, the one in 1995 was they both got locked up. She got out on $1,000 bail. They both got charged with simple battery, but she also got charged with destruction of personal property. Now, they both got locked up in Fulton County because they hit each other. So I guess when the police was called and got there, they locked them both up. Now, in 2004 in Atlanta, a different woman, the mother of his children, the police were called and he got charged with battery. So now, again, it's not about, the text messages. Everybody can, back and forth and he say, she say, and, outside the, with the court of opinion, we can speculate and guess. And was the messages longer? The voice messages, are they shorter? It sounds edited because it shows sound edited. But now with these on top of that, now it's like, oh, okay, wow. Do you have? Is there a pattern here? Does Unc have a problem? He don't look from the onset. He look like a chill country boy from Savannah, Georgia. Went to HBCU, simple beginnings. Raised by his grandma. His brother just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Played with Brett Favre at the Green Bay. Great life. But now here's the stain. 56. This didn't happen in your 20s or 30s. You up in age.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Go get you one of us in your age, bro.
Right.
Go get you. Go call Vivica, man. What's going on?
All right. Go ahead, Bernard.
Unpopular opinion alert. Unpopular opinion alert. Let me just say this. I hear what y'all saying. I hear, Kat, Monique. I agree. He need to probably be with somebody his own age. However, he's not looking for a relationship. That's not what any of that was about. It was straight physical.
That's true.
Your Lisa Ray, your Vivica Fox, your Tracy Ellis Ross are not doing what Unc wants to do. They're not role playing with him. They're not participating in those activities. They're not going to be animals. They're not going to do tricks and all the kind of stuff that he looking for. All them acrobatic stuff.
That's true.
Because they his age. They're not looking to do that. That's what Unc wants. That's what Unc went and got. You telling him to go get the wrong people for that. The snow bunnies of that age, that's what they about. Because what did some of the text messages say? What did one of the girls ask him to do, to put a what in her?
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I get it. Horrible choices. But he went for what he was trying to go for.
Yeah.
Jamil on the road.
Yeah. And Jamil right. Bernard right too.
Yeah.
They I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
She's totally right.
Yeah.
She's totally right. But this the thing though, when you got money like that, when you finish, I'm sorry because I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you got money like that, I agree with my man. What's his name? Undercover brother. What's his name?
J. Michael White.
Comedian, little short comedian.
Oh.
Nah.
Man, you gonna have to read it.
Yeah, and said I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin. I agree with Eddie Griffin. Rich niggas and white women don't mix. When you got money like that, you can find you someone in a comfortable medium to do all of that with. Your money and your name is gonna speak for itself. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
19 and white, that's dangerous. And that's what Kat was saying. I'm scared of white women. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared of them. And I got a son. My son, the one that you saw the other day, real big one.
Yeah.
That boy got a little white girl phobia, man. I seen this boy myself in the elevator. Little white girl got in, that boy got out.
Little white girl walking around the store lost and confused, and he act like he didn't see her.
You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like I raised them right?
Smart, that's smart.
Like I raised them right. And that's the decision part that I'm making. Look, Shannon Sharp ain't in no truth. Shannon Sharp ain't trying to hear nothing about the Most High. Shannon Sharp ain't trying to live no righteous life. Shannon Sharp is a freak, right? That's what he is. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what he's looking for. Somebody who can feed that appetite. But this is what I'm saying. Like you said, look, when did this come? This is what a lot of us is missing. This came right on the heels of his contract ending. And he's about to get $100 million contract. He was about to be $100 million man. Yep. Soon as that announcement came out, that's when all of this shit came out. And they asking for 50 mil.
For 50.
Good. It's the same thing. This is the same thing that happened almost to Stephen A. Smith. But Stephen A. Smith caught it quick. When he got his $100 mil, they was about to get on Stephen A's head with that Stephen A and LeBron stuff, man. It was about to get ugly, dude. And some other, you dig what I'm saying? Whenever we begin to get money like that, whenever we get to a place where we are like too big, they got a way of bringing them down. He was exactly right about Tony Busby. He goes after rich black men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sean Watson, Jay-Z, Diddy, and now Shannon. He's exactly right. I believe he create cases. I believe that he wholeheartedly create cases.
He's a high-end ambulance chaser.
That's exactly what he is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if he don't get no money, he still do what he want to do, which is damage your name. Look at Deshaun Watson now, man.
Bro, that's
a shell. That's a shell of a person now.
Shell of a.
And now he's working on Shannon. It ain't too much he can do to Diddy.
Yeah.
Right? Jay-Z had enough money and power
to kind of
push him back.
Yeah.
Shannon?
Yeah. You gotta have money, influence, and power. You gotta have those three things because they all equal respect. What it did the song with the Locks, Money, Power, Respect years ago. That's if you have those three things, and Jay-Z definitely has it.
Right.
He quelled the fire.
Right.
The only thing he has to worry about, well, not the only thing, but the main thing he can concentrate on now is his family. Getting his wife to trust him again and getting his kids.
Right.
Everybody else we just named, they can't necessarily do that.
Right.
They trying to put out fires every day. It's something new popping every day. Every day. So
right.
This is unfortunate, man. I
want to be the first to say, one of the first to say that I find absolutely no what's the word that I'm looking for?
No joy, no pleasure.
No joy, no pleasure in seeing what's happening to Unc, but at the same time, you had warnings. Like I told my wife, there's always a warning before the destruction.
But it is, and before you go on, I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm glad you said that, because like you said, even though now he hasn't awakened, he's not a Hellenized Israelite because he don't know that he's an Israelite, but by blood he's an Israelite. So he's a wicked, freakish Israelite. Hellenized per se. Now, with that being said, I'm so glad you mentioned that you don't find pleasure in even. We got to talk about it, but there's no tearing down here. But the amount of us, especially men, black males I see online turn him down, it's just
that's a problem,
bro. You can't scroll through YouTube without seeing 5 or 6, 7 podcasts with black males, more than 50,000 subscribers.
Talking crap about him.
Just literally trashing him.
Right.
Yep.
Right. We get pleasure out of bringing our own people down.
Crabs in a bucket.
Crazy. That is crazy to me. I'm so glad that that's not in me. That is.
I have absolutely no pleasure. I mean, I actually hurt for the brother, and like I'm gonna tell you, like I told my wife, this damage has been done, right?
Yep.
He can't reverse this, but I'm hoping, and that's one of the things I had in that first video that I had. I'm praying that Uncle Shannon learned a lesson out of this.
I hope so.
That's where the light in the tunnel can come from. You dig what I'm saying? That you learn the lesson, because see what's happening to Shannon right now. We done seen this here several times. We can take this all the way back to the early 90s with Mike Tyson. Who is amongst us right now really believe that Mike Tyson raped that girl at 2 o'clock in the morning in the hotel room? Nobody. I don't even think the judge believed it.
No.
Right?
It's optics.
And that's exactly what it is.
It's the optics of it. Damn.
And from that point on, Mike Tyson became what? An easy target.
He was a villain.
Yep.
Easy target.
Yep. Well, we could keep talking about this forever, guys, but we got another hot one we need to talk about. So I'm gonna play this next clip.
I felt like the harder I partied, the better that I played.
How?
My freshman year. Tuesdays were beer with the baseball boys at the house playing games, and Thursdays were hitting Northgate, going to the town, drunk as you could get with all the dogs. Friday was the walkthrough. I go through a walkthrough at 10 a.m. in the morning, dying. Then we get on the plane.
Right.
Get to the hotel, meetings. This is the system, and we're winning.
Right.
Now we're 11-2. We beat Bama in this whole year, every game of the season that year. And I'm getting better as it goes on. I ain't losing a step.
And so did you hear me when I just asked that question a while ago? Was my mic hot?
No, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. I was talking to Google. I'm talking to Google.
I'm glad your mic wasn't hot then.
Who drafted him? Who know?
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
Who drafted Baker Mayfield?
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
I could not find the Baker Mayfield video, but I did a video on Baker Mayfield on Mo Talk where this white boy was on the sideline dipping his in.
Yep. We did that show.
We talked about it.
We talked about it on here
like
too.
Episode 125, 130.
Come on now.
It's been sometime last year. Yeah.
Johnny said that was a weekly thing for him.
Yeah. He said he was.
You think the NFL? Oh, the NFL didn't know nothing about that. He was so smooth with that. NFL didn't know nothing about that. Now
They knew. Come on, the man.
no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't know.
Johnny Football. If you don't know
They
what's
didn't
going on, if you don't know what's everything going on with Johnny Football, then
They didn't know. They didn't know why no, cut that out.
they knew. They made a choice not to let it matter.
Not only not let it matter, whatever they can hide of Johnny Manziel, they hid. The only thing that they didn't hid was what they could not hide because he was so out of control. Right or wrong, true or false?
You're right.
Right? True.
Baker Mayfield.
Here, let me share something with y'all real quick.
Come on.
There you go.
There it is. All right.
So, y'all remember the punishment he received for that?
What didn't
Didn't nobody remember.
did they find him? Did they finally find him?
They sent him a letter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. A darn letter, boy. Wow.
He ain't get no fine.
This wild.
He ain't get no punch. He got it.
It's not gonna. This some wild stuff, boy. Some wild stuff.
So here comes 2025 NFL draft. NFL made this boy way to the 5th round. Talk to me, yo.
All off season, Mel Kiper, everybody on the big board had him going. Some had him going 1. Some had him going 5. Some said he may 10% chance he may slide to number 9, but he will guaranteed a first round, but top 10. This boy slid all the way to the 5th round. Now, there's a video circulating on how he had a dream. He had 2 dreams a night before the draft. One dream, he said he was dropping back to pass, but he was slipping. It wasn't grass field, it was marble, like marble countertop. And he said he kept slipping. He said the second dream, he said they was at the end zone in practice. You know, like if you ever play football, you have each coach, whether it's an offensive line, quarterback coach, you go with your position coach for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. You warm up, then you go through things that they're implementing. Then you go with the offense and the defense, and you practice against each other. In the offense, they call what they have a red zone package. meaning you go to the 20-yard line and you run plays to see if you can score on the defense. Shador said that's what they were doing in practice. They went to the red zone. He said he was standing there to get in. He said, and everybody was just standing there looking at him like they were mad, and they start coming after him. He said that's the 2 dreams he had the night before the draft. Crazy.
So he was forewarned.
So he was.
That's what I take from that.
That's what I take.
And this is why he was able to take it as well as he did, also with the upbringing that he had. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to turn it over to you guys and let y'all go. And my wife already know how I feel. She done heard this here several times. The problem that the NFL had with Shador Sanders is that his coach, which is also his dad,
There it is.
that's the problem.
There it is.
In the world that we live in, and especially amongst us as Israelites, absent fathers is a pandemic. Right?
Yep.
So many of our children grow up without their fathers. But here you got a father that's not only present, he is an overtime father.
Yep.
And so the thing is, and you know this better than I do, Ayo, because you have played D1 football as well. System, and it's a system. Football system love black athletes because the majority of us come from bad situations.
Yep.
You can take the story of Blindside, for instance, with Michael Orrs and his situation, right? Beautiful analogy here. So we come from these bad situations, and the system can send somebody that's clear after us and raise us, mold us into what they want us to be, how they want us to be. On top of you're a great athlete, you're going to go far with these skills that you got to become rich, right?
Yep.
No white coach in the system has been able to put their hands on Shador. Ain't been able to, huh?
Nope.
From Pop Warner, it was Deion. High school, it was Deion. Deion took him to college. This is why they say that he's uncoachable, because they are not able to form this boy the way that they want to. You can look over Johnny Manziel getting drunk Tuesday through Wednesday, sleeping on a plane. You can look over that because he looked like y'all, right? Oh, that's just boys being boys. You can look over Baker Mayfield, but what have Shador actually done? This, when he scored a touchdown? Give me his criminal record. I'll wait.
You ain't got one.
Give me his off the field antics. I'll wait.
You ain't got one.
How many baby mamas do Shador got? I'll wait.
You ain't got none. You ain't got none. They can't.
But how many? What was his quarterback passing rating?
It was the highest in
Almost 80%.
Yeah, it was almost the highest in the nation.
37 touchdowns.
With 4,400 yards passing.
Come on now.
How
Numbers like this here?
5th round?
This is first round numbers. But he's arrogant. He's uncoachable. He show off too much. I heard him say it. I was listening to him today on the news saying this about him, dude.
Yep.
Cleveland picked a 5'9" quarterback over him. 5'9". Come on, make this make sense to me, man. I'm real. I got time.
And they signed Joe Flacco, which is Joe Flacco, 57 years old.
59 years old.
That's what Deion say. Joe Flacco, my age, like. So yeah, I honestly, and I'm real quick. I believe it's a sickness. Like you said, they got a movie out about this, and me and the wife and the girls went and watched it. Great movie because it's so much in it. But the movie Sinners, like you said, it's the
haven't
narrative.
seen it yet.
It's the narrative. And
Don't fall.
I'm just saying. in the music industry, in the NFL, the NBA, what narrative? Broken home, fatherless, motherless. Oh, your grandma raised you during the early 90s with the crack epidemic going on. A lot of us was. See, they love that type of story. So they can paint the narrative. Like you said, look, white head coach in college, white head coach in high school, white head coach. Oh, look what we did for him. I was able to get my mama out the trap house when after the draft, I bought her a house the next day. See, that's what they want. But with Shador, well-to-do, great family, God-fearing family, got money. Look at the legacy he already brings. And everything that they said that he wouldn't be at Jackson State, he proved them wrong.
Come on,
Colorado,
now.
he proved
Come
them wrong.
on now.
And on top of that, to land back off what you saying, and I'm gonna get to my point about the movie here in a second, they really scared of Deion. Because now they say, oh, we said Deion wouldn't be able to do it at Jackson State. Then we said he wouldn't be able to do it at Colorado. He's still at Colorado. Right. He didn't bite the NFL bait to come to the NFL last year. Now they think Deion looking over their shoulder. And at any time, the owner may say, oh, Colorado went to the bowl last year. They ain't been talked about since the days of Cordell Stewart. Oh, it's 2025. They 7-1. Ooh, I wonder if I could lure Deion to the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And let him pick the general manager he wants to get him to coach his son and should do it on the 24th. Now, getting to the point. Here's the secret, y'all. And most of y'all know, but here's the secret. The industry feeds off trauma and sin. How much sin? He ain't doing nothing now. He ain't got no felony, no misdemeanors. He ain't got no baby's mama. He don't commit sin. So we can't control him. With sin and traumas of one parent homes and in the hood, and see with that traumas and sin, they can say, look, we coached him in high school and we coached him in college. We made him the 5th pick. We made him a millionaire. They can't do that with Shador and Deion. They can do that with Shador. So that's it. It's a sickness. They feed off the flesh. And again, like I say all the time, the enemy, the serpent, he been eating flesh for centuries, thousands of years. That's why he's a serpent in Genesis and a dragon, a full-grown dragon in Revelation. Shador won't let him eat his flesh.
It's crazy, boy. You got any thoughts on that, but not?
Do I have thoughts? Great question. So the first thing is, how many wide receivers did Colorado have picked in the 2025 draft?
The main ones, Travis Hunter went as a receiver and a cornerback, and Jimmy Horn.
And LaJohntay Wester.
Oh, Wester went.
Total of 3.
That's right. They
got about him.
Who threw him the ball?
Big Con.
Okay.
Big Con.
How was the last
time? How many passing yards? Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. 4,400, 4,474.
How many passing yards did Shador have?
Hold on. I got it right here.
4,134.
Okay, then.
I was close.
How many touchdowns? You know,
30, was it 37? 35?
37.
Yep.
How many did Jackson Dart have?
35?
29.
Oh, 29?
29.
Yeah.
So all of the reasons that they use in terms of his antics, so to speak, we already know that wasn't realistic. They just made up some stuff. When it comes to efficiency in his game, clearly Dart wasn't the better football player.
Right.
It boiled down to everything that you guys said before. They didn't overlook Shador or pass up on him because of Shador. They passed up on him because of who his active and present father is.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
You got people giving issues. What's the guy's name? The wide receiver, Chris Carter.
Chris Carter. What your?
You know what? I purposely did not listen to Chris because I know what type of cat Chris is, and I was not trying to be. I was not trying to be in a bad mood, man. Chris trying to get where Uncle Shay Shay is at.
Right.
Yeah.
And he will do whatever he can to get there, man.
It's not gonna work because he's not well liked. Can't deny his talent, but he's not a well liked guy.
Right.
He always comes across as a hater.
Right.
Which is what he's doing right now. Shador Sanders is using the term legacy. He's manifesting. Right?
Yep.
There is nothing wrong with manifesting what you want for your future. And if legacy is what you see yourself is, why not tell people that? Why not market that? You know how many people have said some stuff and other people have now taken that thing that they use and making money off of it. So he decided he was going to use his own. He used the term legacy because that's what he is trying to build. That's what he's trying to establish. And you got people like Chris Carter. It's always our own people that are tearing him down for saying that. It doesn't matter that he hasn't played in the NFL yet. He still has a legacy he left behind at Jackson State and at Colorado. Am I wrong?
Yep. Not only do he have a legacy he left at Jackson State and Colorado, he is also still building off of his daddy's legacy. He is his daddy's genes. You understand what I'm saying? And when it comes to Chris Carter, this is another thing. Chris Carter probably still mad at all the time Dion shut him down.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? He probably still have nightmares of Dion from the NFL. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead, but not.
No, that was pretty much the end of my rant. But at the end of the day, regardless of what Shador does, whether it be in the NFL or otherwise, Shador is going to be fine because he is not defined by the NFL.
Right.
He wanted an opportunity to play for sure. That's what he worked towards, right? You don't go to college to becoming go to school to learn how to be an engineer to turn around and be a pool cleaner. But if that's what you end up being, you're going to be the best pool cleaner you know how to be, right? He went to school, played football because he had aspirations to play in the NFL, but that doesn't define him. He has other things going for him. And as much as people try to give him grief, you never once saw his character break.
Not one time.
When they were spotlighting him, when you seeing all the different videos of him. Yes, is he disappointed? Of course he's disappointed. Who wouldn't be disappointed? It's like sitting around waiting on the job offer for an interview that you went to and you didn't get that one, but you got another one. It wasn't the one you necessarily wanted, but it's the one the Most High wanted you to be at. So you're going to go over there and do your absolute best, right? Yep. People were mad at him and said all kinds of stuff about his interviews. He was arrogant in his interviews. Every single time I hear this is always from people who were not in the room during those interviews. Right. The people who actually interviewed him said the interviews were fine. We did great interviews. It's always your people like Chris Carter, Boomer Esiason, I believe that's his name, the quarterback's name. He has all these people that supposedly gave him insight. Well, if all these people gave y'all insight on what actually happened in those interview rooms, how come those people can't stand on business
and say who they are?
And say who they are?
Right. Anonymous.
They're all anonymous.
All anonymous. Because
I'm going to tell y'all what happened, which I know you guys already know. Whether it was said or not said, like my mom and daddy used to always say, once understood, need no explaining.
Absolutely.
It was already understood in the NFL, don't touch that boy.
Don't touch him.
It was already understood. Because see, this is the thing. I'm going to go back to what Yo was talking about.
We got to wrap up this topic, though.
Okay, let me say this here. When he was at Jackson State, he's not going to be successful. Then his daddy, they were successful at Jackson State. Then his daddy packed up his bags and went to Boulder, Colorado. Yep. Ain't no way Dion gonna be successful at Boulder, and ain't no way Shador gonna be successful. But they were successful. Yep. They couldn't control that narrative. They had, and this is the problem that they got. They can't control that, right? But they could. Now you're about to come into our world, and guess what? We can control this. See. We're not going to help you. Every time that we said you can't, you did. So if you want to be successful in our league, you're gonna have to come out the cellar to do this, show. We're not going to help you. You're not going to start for an NFL team here, homeboy. We're going to make sure that you pushed all the way back to the back. You dig what I'm saying? You in our world now, and your daddy can't save you now. Right. So what we're about to witness, and I truly do believe this, we are, because like I told my wife, all they doing is adding fuel to the fire.
Yep.
You're dealing with a Sanders.
Yep.
That's what you're dealing with. You ain't dealing with some ordinary kid. You're dealing with us, and you're not dealing with somebody who need you. You're dealing with somebody who is a Sanders, who got greatness already in his blood. Don't let that boy get on the football field, man. Because see, right now, Cleveland still can cut him.
Yep.
They can actually still cut him. They can actually, his fate is still in the NFL's hands right now.
Yep.
But it was already understood without saying, don't touch that boy in that draft, man. Make him sit.
Make him wait.
Make him wait.
So I'm gonna close out this.
Oh, I thought we had to wrap this topic up. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all, we were about to go to a commercial break, and we don't even have commercials. But I'm gonna close out this segment with one line from Deion Sanders himself. Don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity.
Man, come on.
Big
right.
That was great. That was great, man.
The indictment saying defendants began beating Messiah Nantwi, including multiple strikes to his body and head with their boots.
It was determined by the Onondaga County medical examiner that Mr. Nantwi died from traumatic brain injuries as a result of violent blows to his head, as well as at least 69 other serious blows about his body.
Now to a growing scandal involving the New York State prison system. 10 correction officers now face criminal charges, including murder in the beating death of a young man from Harlem named Messiah Nantwi. It happened at Mid-State Correctional Facility last month, and 10 other officers are accused in a separate deadly assault caught on video at nearby Marcy Prison in December. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace has been covering these cases. She joins us live with the latest. Sarah?
Well, and Gilma, the description in the indictment as to how Messiah Nantwi died was horrific. What we learned a short time ago from the special prosecutor is that there is some body camera footage, but many of the officers weren't wearing them as required or deliberately disabled them.
This afternoon in the Oneida County Courthouse in Utica, New York, 10 correction officers appeared to face a variety of criminal charges related to the beating death of 22-year-old Messiah Nantwi at Mid-State Correctional Facility on March 1st. All were handcuffed and pleaded not guilty.
The grand jury of the County of Oneida, by this indictment, accuses Mr. Levy of the felony crime of murder in the second degree.
2 officers are accused of second-degree murder as the top count, along with other charges. Their bail, $100,000 cash. In all, 5 officers are accused of manslaughter, others with gang assault and making false statements to cover up the crime.
Wow, man.
That's crazy, man. So let's get it started. The question I have, what can we expect from the trial? What do you guys think?
Not guilty?
Yeah.
I don't.
Either one of y'all, both of y'all in agreement with that? You in agreement with Manak on the not guilty?
I don't see it no other way. I believe they will all walk. They will all be found not guilty. They will find something that he did that may have done, that could have led up to the incident, and that's why they took the action that they did.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that too.
Yeah, 100,000.
I was gonna get to that too.
Yeah, I agree.
So if y'all think that it's gonna be not guilty, right? And I heard you saying that it's gonna be something that he did, because that was gonna be my next question, right? Which is, what possibly could he have done? And if you paid attention to that video, there was a similar incident at another facility as well with a group of officers. What could he have done? And I've been locked up. I've seen these things before, but never have I seen it to this magnitude, right?
Well, to answer your question real quick, again, when a police officer gets behind in Caucasian ethnicity, Asian, Puerto Rican, anybody with a hue of a lesser tone, I'm gonna get a ticket, I'm gonna move on. When it's us, the police get behind us, what starts running through my mind? It's not about what I did for you to pull me over, but it's about what are you gonna say I did. So the same thing here. He may not have done anything, but what are they gonna say that he did?
What could they say that he did then that could see? This is where I'm going at. Like, how is it that it's going to be them walking? Not that I disagree with y'all. So, and I agree with what you said, but what in the world can they say that he did that warrant this type of a beating?
If they say he spit on us twice,
you have additional information.
You?
I do.
That's why we got you on the show. Let's go.
There it is. Let's get it.
All right.
So he suffered from mental health challenges, reportedly stemming from, listen to this, a 2021 encounter with police in the Bronx where he was shot 27 times.
What?
He was shot 27 times by the police?
27 times. Where he was shot at 27 times. Following this, he experienced paranoia, emotional instability. In April of 2023, he was arrested, this is why he's there, for allegedly shooting and killing 2 individuals in separate incidents. While the murder cases were ongoing, he accepted a 5-year prison sentence for a gun possession charge. This is what they're going to stand on.
Yep.
This is what they're going to stand on. They didn't know.
Pull that up.
They didn't know how he was going to act. They didn't know based on his violent nature, his violent past. Because what happened is he had run out of his medication, the psychoanalysis medication that he was on. What do they call it? It was a psychiatric medication that obviously the doctors in prison prescribed him. Ran out of it. Probably got into an argument with one of the guardsmen after a head count. They raised an alert and they sent out the correctional emergency response team. And therein lies how he got beat to death.
So with him being already locked up on a murder case, was it 2 individuals he's supposed to be shot and killed?
2 separate incidents.
There you go. But that's how they gonna walk.
Right. But if he accepted
he accepted 5 years on a gun charge. That's another case.
So, okay, because I was about
to
say
he was going to court on the murder cases.
Okay, if they couldn't pin them 2 murders on him, they had the gun. He probably wasn't supposed to have the gun, so they just locked him up and kept him for that because they couldn't pin the 2 murders on him. That's what I. Okay. All right, so yeah, there you go. He spit on us, and with this pad, he stepped on my foot and stomped down.
Well, the witnesses are saying, including his cellmate, that multiple officers entered the cell, began beating him even after he was already subdued. They continued beating him in the stairwell and in the infirmary. And then they left him.
People that he shot was white.
And they left him unattended. Huh?
I wonder if the people that he killed were they white.
Well, it don't matter.
Yes. No, it don't matter, but I just wonder because there's so much rage there. And what we already know here on Truth Be Told, that's a spirit that they have when it comes to us anyway, though. But, you got to think, and this is why I don't call them people. They not people. I don't care what nobody say. They are different, man, because at some point, even in a fight, and I'm sure as men, we done had fights where we done kind of blacked out, right? And you don't know what's going on, right? But at some point, you come to. You dig what I'm saying? You know. At some point, you like, man, this dude done had enough. How in the world can you as an individual continue to beat an individual that you know is unconscious, bleeding, and probably dying, and you beat them to death, man? Like, who raised you?
Yo, when your soul calcified 80%, hey, no emotions, no feeling. Be angry, but sin not. So they get angry, then sin. Tell you, man, this sin is.
I don't even think they was angry doing it. I think it was probably more of a sport. You dig what I'm saying?
Can I change my stance?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
what the outcome of this case is going to be. So the names are Jonah Levi.
What?
And Caleb Blair are the two of the correctional officers that are going to be tried. Right? Here's the problem, and here's why I'm changing my stance. First of all, the names. What race do you think they are? I don't know, just based on the names.
Levi, that sounds Jewish.
Well, based on the names, I don't know. But prosecutors allege that some guards attempted to cover up the incident by planting a makeshift knife and cleaning up blood evidence. So
with that,
they may not get off. Not all of them anyway.
They may be cooked then if they
may.
Yeah, if they planted a knife.
Prosecutors already.
Caleb Levi, that's a Jewish name though.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
If they tried to plant it, if they found it, okay, this knife wasn't in here, he didn't have it. We just did a clean sweep. See, they always mess up. If they just did a sweep that morning and checked off the cells and there was nothing in there, and then 3 hours later they all of a sudden he got a knife, that's where they messed up. Then there's blood with that knife and he dead. Okay. And again, if they possibly can get off, but at the same time, what do they do to their own? They'll punish them if they make them look bad. Oh, this look bad. This makes us look bad. We got to make you an example. Sorry, you'll do 15 years. You'll be out in 15, but you gotta go. We won't give you life. We won't give you 30 years. How old your daughter say? Your daughter 4? Okay, she'll be 19 when you get out. You got to do something. You made us look bad. So it could be one of them. Could be one of those things.
This is the thing too. At some point, something is going to happen. I do believe.
Dang, boy.
Something is going to happen. I do believe that is going to set us as black people off in this country, man.
Yeah, they trying. Man.
You know, and
wow,
I don't necessarily know if it's going to be this one. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the Carmelo case during Frisco. I don't know, because this one here is not getting a whole lot of traction.
It's not.
I've heard about it, but it's not, you know what I'm saying? They're not blasting it, like they normally do.
Right.
It's
just real quick, the story that we ran, I think last episode about the Mexican dude that got stabbed by the high schooler, Caitlin, he got off. He got off yesterday.
He got off, right. And see, you ain't heard nothing about that. That was a white boy that stabbed a Mexican.
And he was found not guilty.
Found not guilty.
Even though
and that was a fight. They planned to have that fight. See, I didn't go into the story of that. They planned to have that fight. They went into the bathroom and he poked that boy up real good. And he lied and said he only poked him once.
It was 5-on-1. The dude with the knife, the white boy, ran home. They found him at home. He had the knife.
Yeah, he left the school.
Found him at home. And he was found yesterday afternoon not guilty.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And they ain't heard nothing about it. He's not called a high school murderer. He not called a thug. He not called none of this shit. In fact, he ain't called nothing. I don't know how many people would have heard about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
We wouldn't say. So with this case, we'll see. Let's keep our eyes on this. It's gonna get interesting.
It don't take nothing for them to build it up though. Like it's not being blasted now.
Yeah.
They can have this thing viral. They can have this whole case viral in a matter of time.
Next day or so. It could be everywhere.
Yeah. Everybody will know about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's 10 individuals. And all they need to do is, I do believe that they're going to try to set us off soon because this administration.
They're looking for reasons.
They're looking for a reason. Exactly. I want to put this out there. I don't ever want nobody to think when I be talking about we need to stand still and don't. What did Hamashiach tell his disciples? Let the dead bury the dead.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's not our fight.
Right.
These are not our fights.
Nope.
Who fight for us? What did David say? You coming to me with a sword?
Well, don't you know how to serve?
You see what I'm saying? These are not our fights, man. Yeah, we bring them up and we talk about it because we show the spirit that is in this world, that is in this country. But these are not our fights. Remember what the tribe of I can't remember what tribe it was, but it's in the book of Joshua when they decided to leave too soon. They got toe off the bone. They got toe off the bone. They tried to leave Egypt too soon. That was Naphtali, the tribe of Naphtali. They tried to leave too soon. It wasn't time to go. They got toe off the bone. Yeah. And we got to stay in our place. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. We move when the Most High tell us to move.
Yep.
We can't be about this stuff, man. This is not our business.
Right.
And this administration is for real, looking for a reason. Yeah. They will send your butt to El Salvador.
Oh, they done made a deals. They ain't, it's, you know, no details are right there, but some deal has been made with El Salvador to send. Yeah, I don't know what El Salvador is getting out of this, but
they looking
at somewhere else too. I just saw, not just El Salvador. Now it's somewhere else they're looking at.
But they will ship you off. You will disappear. See, we got this saying in the streets, courts. They'll make you disappear. They'll hide you. That's what the saying is. Yeah, hey, Trump will hide you.
That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on it. Yeah, because I got a feeling. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This could. I don't know.
I can tell you right now, Trump ain't gonna have no going to the streets with like they did with Floyd. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Boy,
he ain't gonna have that.
Man, he'll call state of emergency or emergency of the state, which are two different things. And deploy the National Guard and Army Reserve so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And over here, y'all think Kyle Rittenhouse, man, it's 1 million Kyle Rittenhouses ready to be mercenaries right now. If President Trump call on 50,000 mercenaries to deploy to each state along with the Army Reserve and National Guard, come on, they'll be like this. Matter of fact, they down.
My wife and my wife done been to the range with me a few times, and it's crazy how them white people come to that range, man. They be having their babies out there, man. I'm talking like 5, 6 years old, man. They say, man, these kids out there, man, handling that heat, and we so stuck in our little world and our little box and our little hoods. We for real be believing that we can handle these white people out here.
We ain't ready.
Yeah, y'all better get to the range. Y'all better get to the range. Do something.
Really quick, breaking news. Not sure if y'all heard. Ukraine and the U.S. say they're ready to sign a mineral deal.
Oh yeah,
y'all hear about that?
I seen that. Yeah, I seen that earlier.
Trump got his way.
Let's hope so. Somebody need to ease these terms, something, because I seen UPS laid off 20,000 workers earlier.
20,000, and I forgot how many different jobs.
It's getting.
Sticky.
Let's go ahead and go to our Beyond Critical Race Theory because of time. I don't know how many of these other stories we're going to be able to get into tonight, but we got some more. But so let's go ahead and get that part.
All right.
Sold up.
Let's see. So we got something a little different tonight. We all know one of my great heroes, great hero of our people, Muhammad Ali, formerly known as Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay, Mr. Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay.
I ran across this story that, again, once the heroics, the battles with Sonny Liston and the float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and
bang like a bee.
Yeah, all the quotes and the great heroics, you forget about this one spot in history that truly defined. And there's a video I'm about to show, a little bit of this video. We're going to talk about this. There are some things that we just don't remember or talk about when this happened. But I ran across this story because this 58 years ago this week, April 28th, 1967, our hero Muhammad Ali stood 10. You want to talk about standing 10 toes down? He refused to be inducted and drafted into the U.S. Army and was immediately stripped of his heavyweight title. Now, I preface this along with look at what's happening to Shedeur Sanders. The system has always tried to get a hold on our people. But Muhammad Ali was like, listen, I don't know who y'all think y'all are. I'm not going. Now, here's the thing. 58 years ago, April 28th, my mom was a little girl. My dad was 10 years old. My grandmother was 26. So, y'all, this wasn't that long ago. Like, it wasn't that long ago. And now you think about Make America Great Again and everything that's going on now. So when I ran across this, I said, wow, is that a coincidence that this is happening now? But let's look at a little bit of this video, and then I'll be right back with my commentary. 1 second. Let me see if I can get this to play. Here we go. All right.
Before the Foley fight, Ali had received word that he had been drafted and would have to report for induction the following month. While his lawyers prepared to challenge the draft order, Ali met privately with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Louisville. King was in town to protest the city's segregated housing. Though the two men differed about black separatism, they found common ground in their views on the war in Vietnam.
What did you discuss back?
Now look what he says.
Nothing, just friends, just like Khrushchev and Kennedy and everybody. When the people, all of the politicians of all other white races come together, and although they believe different, they think different, whites can come together and discuss the common cause. But whenever a few of us come together, the world is shook up. And I say, whatever went back there is our business.
Reverend King, do you agree? Oh, yes. We had a very good discussion on many matters. And, of course, these are not things that we would discuss here. But we do have common problems and common concerns. And above all, as Muhammad Ali has just said, we are all victims of the same system of oppression. And even though we may have different religious beliefs, this does not at all bring about a difference in terms of our concern.
Still brothers.
Do you share the same, one more question, do you share the same concern that Muhammad has for his draft status?
Oh, I certainly do. My views on the draft are very clear. I'm against it. And I think the sooner our country does away with the draft, the better it will be for everybody.
Look at this.
In April of 1967, hundreds of thousands of anti-war protesters marched in New York City. But most Americans still supported the war, and criticizing U.S. policy on Vietnam remained politically treacherous, especially for African Americans.
Okay. You hear that? So that's why I wanted to show that part. Now that I'll put the link in the description. That's a PBS article and a PBS video. But you see how they said how America was still for the war, and who did it cause great pain for? Us. Because Muhammad Ali said he wasn't going, and then you could see clearly in the video where the reporter, he was a little bothered. I don't know if y'all go back and look at the video. He swallowed about 3 or 4 times because he didn't expect Muhammad Ali to say that, or maybe he did, but I know for a fact he did not expect King to agree. He expected King to kind of, well, I don't necessarily agree, but no, King was like, nah, yeah, I agree with him. We oppose this. So what that did, those two faces coming into agreement, Muhammad Ali starting the charge, they didn't like that. They didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that, who do these people think they are standing again? We're going to make them pay. We're going to make it hard for them. And here we are, 2025. Here we go. I just said, this administration is looking. They looking for black folks to get out on these streets and protest so they can wear us out. They're looking for it. But again, this is not our fight. So let's get into it. Born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. in Louisville, Kentucky on January 4th, 1942, the future three-time world champ changed his name to Muhammad Ali in 1964 after converting to Islam. He scored a gold medal at the 1960 Olympic Games in Rome and made his professional boxing debut against Tony Hunsucker on October 29th, 1960, winning in 6 rounds. On February 25th, 1964, he defeated the heavily favored bruiser Sonny Liston in 6 rounds to become the heavyweight champ. Now to the meat of the BCRT. April 27th, fast forward, great career, heavyweight champion. With the United States at war in Vietnam, Ali refused to be inducted into the armed forces, saying, "I ain't got no quarrel with those Viet Cong." On June 20th, 1967, Ali was convicted of draft evasion, sentenced to 5 years in prison, fined $10,000, stripped of his title, and banned from boxing for 3 years. He stayed out of prison as his case was appealed and returned to the ring on October 26, 1970, knocking out Jerry Quarry in Atlanta in the 3rd round. On March 8, 1971, Ali fought Joe Frazier in the fight of the century and lost after 15 rounds, the first loss of his professional boxing career. On June 28th that same year, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned his conviction for evading the draft. And it goes on. He had a great, illustrious career. 1974, he had the rematch at New York City's Madison Square Garden. He defeated Frazier by decision in 12 rounds. And he went on, and he lost the title to Leon Spinks in 78 by a split decision. However, Ali won it back September the 15th, about 7 months later. He passed away June 3rd, 2016. But I wanted to highlight that on how Muhammad Ali, he stood 10 toes down, y'all, and got it overturned and everything. So again, what does this say in 2025 about us? We can silently protest.
Most beautiful thing about that video clip was them coming together.
There you go.
Presence of that white man, Muhammad Ali hugged Martin Luther King and said, "That's still my brother."
That's what he said.
That's what they was afraid of. That's what they are still afraid of. And the older I get, like, I have this thing with the Vietnam War. And it's always on my mind because I understand that it was that time. And I've mentioned this before on this show. Just go watch Dead Presidents or the movie here in Houston. What's it called? With
Jason's Lyric.
Jason's Lyric with Mad Dog. Vietnam was the beginning of the separation of Black people. And it was also the beginning of tearing up the home in our community. And I solely believe that the draft was orchestrated for us.
Absolutely.
To get us to get Black men out of the household to another country where we can die.
Absolutely.
If not die, get addicted to heroin.
Absolutely.
Come back, not going to have anything. Your wife is not going to want you. Your kids is not going to want you. You're not going to get a job. You're going to be out on the streets. You're going to feel wither away. Other thing real quickly is that era of athletes was a different era.
Different, man.
That era of athletes, see, white people study, man. It's a long thing for them. They see stuff and they figure out what they need to do to correct the problem. And we are the problem. And we got to be corrected. We talked about this one on the show too. This is why endorsements to white people are so big. Because that era of athletes, they will stand 10 toes down for what they believe. We had a group of Olympians who didn't even go to the podium.
Right.
Those that went to the podium went up there like this, sure.
Yeah, we run.
Why? Because they was not afraid of not being able to perform for the white man. They was not afraid of the white man. But when they start giving these jokers endorsements that's worth millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, you gotta watch what you say, yo.
Yep.
You gotta watch your political views, yo.
Yep.
You can't be around this group of people, yo, because it may affect your endorsements now.
That's right. That's the narrative.
Ali wasn't afraid of not boxing. He was afraid. What they was doing was for real, trying to make a difference for our people. Even if that mean I'm gonna lose my boxing license. Even if that mean I'm gonna go to jail for 5 years. Even if that mean it's gonna cost me 10 racks. You know what all of those are called? Sacrifices. Look at the blood of a Mashiach. We wouldn't have grace if it wasn't for a sacrifice.
Wow.
You got to give up something. Get something.
To gain something. That's right.
Got to give up something.
They had a different set of values.
Yeah.
What we present today. The things that they held valuable was pride, dignity. They believed in something. They stood for things. Now,
man, these boys.
It leaves a lot to be desired.
Just the money, man.
What we value and what we stand for collectively.
Everything is about money now.
The thought of them boys on that field eating oodles and noodles again, that's scaring. They picture that. Oh no, I can't go back to that. They'll do anything not to go back to eating oodles and noodles.
Because in all reality, in both major professional sports in America, NBA and NFL, if those players were to come together, dude, they got enough money to create their own league.
Yep.
They have enough money. They could come together like with that stuff with Colin Kaepernick. This go to show you how scary they is. And when I say scary, this is not me talking about them because I don't tell other people what to do with their money. But I am talking on what they can and could have done if they've done it, right? Not saying that they should have, but what they could have done.
Right.
With that Colin Kaepernick thing, man, what the owner's going to do if they decide they're not going to show up on Sundays? Oh,
big. Because it affect their bottom line. Big. They
look what happened when all of them went on strike that time and they went and got not the players, the refs.
Right.
They had to go get those refs to come in. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the referee.
That's just the referee.
That's just the referees.
Right.
Imagine what it would be like if the players did that.
Yeah, these NBA and NFL players today have the power to get some. They are the ones that can get some stuff changed, not politicians, not us down here on this myth, but they are the ones because this world, the country that we live in is not being orchestrated or ran by politicians. It's being ran and orchestrated by corporations. And two of the major corporations in this country is the NFL and the NBA. And if those players decided, yo, we ain't going to the field today, master.
That's all they got.
We tired, boss.
Master gonna listen. Well, what can we do to make it right? What can we do? Yeah. Hey, y'all in LA and Chicago and Atlanta and Dallas and all, y'all give y'all police some training and y'all stop. Yeah, because they could get some change.
Right. And see, that's the thing with the last story we just did right before the Beyond Critical Race Theory. Just think if we had 25 Muhammad Ali and that 25 church leaders that look just like them, like Muhammad Ali and King did, if they had a press conference with NFLers, semi-pro, college boys, flanking them in suits, agreeing that they're gonna get something done.
Right.
I bet you will have all 32 owners in the town hall on Fox and CNN videoing it and live, taking questions from the audience to get it right. I guarantee you would. But until that, and again, like you said, the most beautiful. When I seen that video, he hugged him, embraced him.
He hugged
like,
him.
"This is my brother."
It's
You got a
my brother.
Muslim and a Christian. That reporter was not ready for that.
Wasn't ready for
He
that.
wasn't ready.
He was not ready. So we need some more moments like that. That's why I wanted to do that, because right now, like you were saying, things would get done if we need some more moments like that.
Yeah, we need some more Muhammad Ali's, but they couldn't afford to have more Muhammad Ali's, so they said we gotta muzzle that thing, man. Hey, Nike, throw $20 million to that boy over there, man. And when you do, threaten him that if he get out of line, you gonna take it from him.
Yep.
There it is. And
little
again,
puppets.
Them boys think about eating oodles and noodles. I can't go back to that. I ain't going back to that.
Going back to that, man.
Going back to this.
So that went our values, that went our principles, that went everything that we supposed to stand on, family and all of that, man.
Morals.
And then they created these Instagram whores, you know what I'm saying? For y'all to go over here and go chase, you know what I'm saying? And so everything that is wholesome, they have taken away from us.
Cause of sin. Iniquity abounds. Sin, man. They want
This Hunter was a good pick for them. You know why? Because he's moldable. You can look at him and tell. You know what I'm saying? He got a crushed relationship, and you could tell he's a little green around the edges. And he's a darn good athlete. That's who we want. Shador, too smart.
Too smart.
Ain't it crazy when you black and too smart?
Hey, that's right. That you a threat. There you go. You a threat.
Too smart. He articulate, right?
There's nothing more that burns me up when I hear, "Oh, he's such a articulate black person." You don't ever hear them say an articulate white person.
Right.
Like, we're not allowed to be articulate.
Right.
My home, sweet home.
Sweet home. Indeed.
Y'all better get out of here with that. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That's the way they want us to be.
Yeah. Were you there when they? Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, remember what Hamashiach said about the rich man?
Come on, man.
Not being able to enter the kingdom of Shanayim.
He said a camel will be able to go through an
eye of a needle.
God, boy, I ain't never ever seen that happen.
Right? The idea of picturing what that looks like.
Boy, could you imagine?
I get to a certain point and just.
So is this like a awfully small camel, or is this like a terribly tall needle?
Something gotta give. Gotta give, boy.
Hey.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. I wouldn't. That's something I would not want to see. A camel
me either.
Nah, I'm good. But yeah, that's right though. That's right. That's what Hamashiach said. That's what he said. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that VCRT though. It was a little
That was nice.
Y'all enjoyed
one of my favorites.
All praises.
All right, well, we're going
Transcended time too, didn't it? Transcended time, that's the greatest.
All right, for the sake of time, which one to hit next?
Got it. Just go.
Delaware volunteer firefighters are under arrest following what police say was a hate crime that happened at their fire station. Delaware State Police say last year, Jay Droney and Jordan Hastings chased a Millville Volunteer Fire Company employee around the station with a rope tied in the shape of a noose. Police say Droney also made a racist remark and continued to make racist comments to the victim afterward. Both men now face charges and are no longer members of the fire company.
You know, this here happened in Jersey too. Almost the exact same thing, firefighters.
Wow.
I've heard a lot of Democrats say this, and I'm going to ask you guys, and this thought just came to my mind. I'm going to ask you guys your thoughts on it. Could this be a Trump effect? Is this spirit that these clear folks are starting to show, is this a Trump effect?
I believe so. Well, I mean, it's always been there.
It's always been there, but it's starting to.
The effect. Yeah, the Trump effects. The Trump effect is that, like Panaf just said, they're now more emboldened or super confident that nothing will happen. And when I first heard the story, you know what comes to mind? One word sticks out. I'll read from the KJV. Joel 2, chapter 2, 27. And we've talked about verse 28 before, but 27 says something, because what stuck out to me in this article, in that it says, for over a year, the brother, they called you names, chase you around with the news, and you ain't. Check this out. This is crazy. Joel 2, 27 to 28. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Yasharal, that I am the Most High, Ya'aluah, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. That ashamed. Why were you didn't come forward? Why were you ashamed? What is it? The Most High, you say you should never be ashamed. And it should come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit. We talk about that all the time. Upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. The Most High gave Shadu a vision of what was about to happen. Last year, this young man was ashamed to come forth. The Most High said, no. What did he say, Ak? He says, I am in the midst. It's the Creator talking. So look at the climate. They're emboldened to do this. But Muhammad Ali, like, man, what? Ashamed? Ain't going nowhere. So I think we can all take a page when you hear stories like this, and that's another reason why I wanted to do the BCRT, and that scripture came to mind, because the Most High says, "Listen, you my people, you don't have to be ashamed. You will never be ashamed, because I'm in the midst." So yeah, this is the Trump effect, and I believe that the Most High is allowing this because He is pouring His Spirit on everyone. So what's inside them, like we said before, is coming out more and more. Don't it seem like it's something in the water? Like here,
yeah, it's crazy.
But
it's crazy.
The more and more, like I said, the Most High saying, listen, the more and more I pour this stuff, my ruach out, and it comes out, the evil that's been in there, the more you shouldn't be ashamed. They want you to protest, like I said, sit in the house, sit down. Just meditate on my name and study the word. Don't go out there. That's what they want you to do. He says, I will be in the midst, and my people shall never be ashamed. Never. So yeah, when I seen that he for a whole year he didn't come forth, I said, wow, that's, man.
Yeah,
we ain't gotta be scared of the devil like that.
That's crazy that he took a whole year to come forward, man. But you said something. Paul said that in these last days that the Son of Man, he shall be revealed.
Come on.
Dig what I'm saying?
Come on.
I believe that is what's happening now. I believe that the spirit is getting anxious.
Yep.
The spirit is starting to understand that it is losing its grip. And I've never been in a position that I had so much power over an individual. Not that I wanted it, but I can only imagine that when you know that you have all of this power over a certain group of people, like I'm reading this book right now that is called Color of Law. It's talking about all of the redlining that went on in America. Believe it or not, there were certain cities who wanted to start building housing for us as Black people. Certain cities actually wanted to. federal government told them that if you do it, we ain't gonna fund you. We ain't gonna fund you if you do it. So that's what that word is. How you say it, I always have a problem saying it. Systemic, how you say it, baby?
Systemic.
I always have a problem with that word. It's real, people.
It's real, man.
And you gotta understand that the only way that I can control this people is by keeping resources from this people. You eat when I say you can eat. You have the amount. I'm not going to give you wages. I'm just going to give you an allowance, right? This is how they have been able to control us. But now that we are waking up and we're coming back to our power, we're starting to see that, we don't need your allowance. This is starting to make them afraid, and it's starting to make that spirit rouse up. And they are beginning to lose that power that they have had over us because we're turning back to our power.
Come on. That's it.
First book of John, the first chapter of John, it says, to as many as believe, he gave them power to become sons.
Come on, man.
Of the Most High.
Come on.
And as you read through that thing, what did Hamashiach kept referring himself as? The Son of the Most High. Son of the Most High. And he's working miracles. And they came across a blind dude. I started to talk about this with you earlier, Ayo. And the disciples asked him, who's singing? Was it him that sinned or his parents that sinned? He said, nobody. He said he was born this way so that the Father can be revealed, right?
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
They'll start to see more of the Father through us, so much to the point where they starting to regurgitate hate.
Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, man.
They're allergic to this greatness that is in us.
Come on.
This DNA that the Most High gave us. So they're going to try to beat it out of us. They're going to try to humiliate it out of us.
Humble it out of us.
They're going to try to humble it out of us. And whatever it is that they can do. Because what did Abel do to Cain?
Come on, man.
I talked about it last week. Most I told him the solutions. Hey, if you do right, everything gonna be cool. He told him that sin was waiting there.
He told him. He said, if you do, he said, what's wrong with you? Fix your face. What's wrong with your face?
Come on now.
He said, your countenance is falling. Well, if you do good, wouldn't you prosper? But if you sin, if you do bad, isn't death, isn't sin at the door? Like, yeah, you said
they falling apart, people.
They fall. You preaching out.
And we cannot allow them to fall apart, and we fall apart with them.
Come on, man.
We better get that same love that Muhammad Ali had.
I'm telling you.
That's my brother.
You see him grab him?
That's my brother.
He grabbed him, hugged him.
Work this thing out, man. Let these white people be white people. I said it. Let these white people be white people. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Let them be.
What? Let them be.
Let them be.
We got another one that's gonna make you mad too.
Yeah, but you said something, like you said, the more they try to do us, the more it come out, the more that the Most High's reveal. Like we said last week, Revelation 1:1. Who does it say? It doesn't say revelation of apocalypse, even though that's what it's talking about. It don't say revelation of prophecy, even though the prophecy is assured through him. It says the revelation of Hamashiach. So the more Hamashiach is being revealed, like you just said, through who? His children, his brothers and sisters, his people.
Yeah.
Boy, they just losing it.
Losing it, man.
They falling apart.
Oh.
It is wild to see. It is crazy to see that we're witnessing this. It's like literally seeing it. Like they is just.
If they can't get to us, here's the next way they try and get to us.
Like an African. Lift it up there. Come on. Yes, put it on there. Come on. Come on. You have to know how to do this. This is like in your blood. Ow. There we go. You got this. Okay, now get it centered on there. Keep your head still. Oh, that's pretty heavy. Oh, gosh. Right, just get it on there centered. There we go. Your head.
Could you imagine being on the same aisle or the next aisle over and hearing or seeing that?
I don't think that I'd have been able to keep myself.
No.
You know, I don't get in other people's business. I really don't. I really don't.
I became a Karen.
Like, little girl, baby girl, you need some help? Everything all right? You sure?
Yeah, blink twice.
Yeah, blink twice. Yeah. What's going on? It's in your blood.
It's in your blood. That's what she said, man.
What?
Think like an African is what she said. But this is the main reason why I feel like white people should not be allowed to adopt our children. It's just one of the reasons. And they go vice versa too, though. I'm not just gonna go there. I don't think that we should be allowed to adopt theirs either. You dig what I'm saying? Look, when you read in our law, Most High he got a whole 2 pages of law that talk about mixing stuff. He don't even want you to mix fabrics.
Indeed.
And the biggest lie that they have told us over here in America is that we all the same. Bull crap.
Well, we're only all the same when it's convenient for them.
Right. Yes, Jamil. Facts, Jamil. But we should have gave Jamil a mic tonight, boy. He been on it, boy.
I'm telling you.
Say. Yeah, man, I can imagine.
Yeah. What's she doing at the house? It's in your blood.
And then you have some fool person talking about she didn't mean anything by it. It was an innocent comment.
That was not.
I don't understand why you were so upset about it. That's what we would have heard.
That's not innocent. Yeah, that's exactly what they would say. Oh, she didn't mean nothing by it.
It was just an innocent comment.
Well, you guys, she was just trying to teach her how to do something that she should be accustomed to.
Who is accustomed to walking around with bags on their head?
She's a 7-8-year-old.
50-pound sacks of rice. Are you kidding me?
And the little girl was being a little girl. She
don't know.
It's like a little game to her. And this is the problem, man. Like we did that story not long ago with that Jew in Houston that adopted all of those kids. My wife knows this. I have a problem. I have the real problems with 2 things in this world. People who take advantage of kids.
I could barely hear y'all.
My mic was muted. There we go.
There you go.
I have a problem in this world. 2 things. People that take advantage of kids and people that take advantage of old people. Because the kids were put here for us to take care of. And clearly she was failing at that white woman was, with that little girl. So I gotta ask, and I can only assume that she adopted her. So now I gotta ask, what was your reason for adopting a black child so that you could be?
Because the white ones weren't available. They're too high value in the adoption process.
So you just wanted a child.
I want a kid.
So you got
so I'll take whatever you give me.
And now your frustration, you see what I'm saying? Because we all done got something. Like, I think you mentioned it earlier about the jobs, right? This is not the job that I want, but I got a job. So you don't go to work with the same energy to the job that you got than you would at the job that you wanted.
Right.
So you're not going to raise the child with the same energy that you got versus the child that you wanted. See, I got a child, but it ain't the child that I wanted. So this is how I'm going to treat this child. You did better by getting you a part-time job at Burger King if it was about the ends, right? So you could go get the child that you wanted. are not getting the child at all, because what you doing, you got to go with, just go back to scripture. Who do the Most High call the apple of his eye?
Come on. Plus.
You gonna pay for that, white woman? You gonna pay for that, white woman?
You see your blood.
And this is not to say though that every white person that adopts a black child mistreats them, because I do know situations where people have adopted a black child not because they loved them. Right, not because I'll just take whatever y'all give me. Like it ended up. This is the child that they ended up with, and they absolutely love those kids. But we also know tons of horrific situations where black children are adopted by white people, and they're not treated the same. They did a what is it called with John Keonis? What Would You Do? Situation where this white lady was supposedly with her biological white child and a black boy that she was fostering. They go out to a restaurant and she tells her daughter, you can get whatever you want to get. Order whatever you want to order off the menu. And the little girl's like, oh, I want a burger. I want fries. I want a shake. And the little boy's like, can I get a shake too? She said, I don't know. We'll have to see how much money you have left over. And he's like, what do you mean? Well, I only get a certain amount of money for you. I have to see how much money we have left over to be able to get you. So you had people sitting in the restaurant looking around like, are you freaking kidding me? Now, granted, it was staged, but you had people sitting in the restaurant that were clearly disturbed by what this lady was doing, to the point that one white lady and her mom said, you can get whatever you want. She was like, don't do that. You're going to spoil him. She said, why do you have him if you're not going to treat him like yours? She told her, it's because I get money for this.
Okay.
You have to know, for them to stage that's something real.
Right.
They get these kids because they get money for it. They don't care about the kid. They care about the dollars that they're getting.
Yeah. You just staging, boy. These folks. Boy.
Right.
Good gracious, boy. No soul, man. I'm telling you. The only soul they have is from being around us. That's it.
That's it.
And you over the years, you've been able to embed in your DNA the mannerisms. You've been able to pick up on the mannerisms, the rhythms, just by being around us. Other than that, 90% of the time, throw a song on in the guitar.
Man.
You'll have all us bopping the one way, well, they'll be
offbeat the other.
Man. You ever seen them in the church choir trying to rock and clap at the same time?
We'll be on 110 BPMs. They'll be on 157 BPMs. Beats per minute.
Song be over with, and they still trying to figure this thing out.
Trying to get on beat.
Still be
looking for the beat. The beat is eluding them.
That's why I was amazing. Wasn't that you that did a reaction video of that Asian choir? No, you did one of some white people though.
Oh yeah, nah.
I saw that.
Down in Orlando, Florida, they was.
Yeah, I saw your reaction. I was stunned.
Thank the Lord for helping me. I was like, okay.
All right, I see.
I just want to praise his name. Oh yeah. I was like, dang. The other time it was bless.
And it be like 100 of them too. And they all just be sounding sad. It's so sad.
And they think they be doing it.
That's that Kentucky Appalachian blues, man. Y'all gotta go see
the Appalachian blues, man. You reminded me of
gotta go see it, bro.
What is he called with the jank with the banjo? Deliverance.
Oh,
no. Boy, he was a monkey with that little banjo.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, that banjo gave me nightmare.
I'm telling you, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you got to go see the new movie Sinners. Then you got.
Yeah, we gonna go check it out soon, real soon.
Oh man.
We got about 15 minutes. Let's keep it rolling, but not shallow higher. What we got? What we got?
Somewhere in a park in America, an anti-black white man wanted to express his unseasoned opinion about black children. Check it out.
The vast majority of people here are just afraid to say.
He's fine. He's racist piece of He's a child. Hey, I
didn't say anything to the thing.
We don't need to. He's not a thing.
Go away. They're not a race.
Hey, you're a race.
The race is from Eurasia. Mankind is from Africa.
Come on, let's get your shoes. You're a disgrace to society.
Walk away. No. Walk away. I try to keep it clean. Can you imagine what this is going to be like once it's all taken over by that? Just a big ghetto.
You're filth.
Just a big ghetto.
You'll be. It won't matter. We'll all. I don't even have words. I don't even know what to say about your kind.
My kind is all over. They're just afraid to say stuff.
Well, maybe they should be afraid.
No, I'm not.
Come on, you guys. Obviously.
He told the truth right there, boy. My kind is all over this place, man. He told the truth.
That's why last week when we were talking about this, I'd rather you show your flag. Let me see what you stand for, so I know where to be and where not to be.
But it's still crazy. It's just one thing you didn't see in the video is one of us. It's never no younger brothers or YNs around when they say that. It's never. It's always elder or kids. Yeah. It's crazy how
they'd have beat the brakes off of him.
They'd have flipped him over off that bleacher.
I told my wife, I say, look at how stupid they is. He said, they're not a race. He said, race is from Eurasia. Then he said, mankind started in Africa.
You're not wrong there, buddy.
Oh my gosh. But what, like, I can say, let me hush.
Oh man, I would have, he wouldn't have got me so hot that I'd have reached out and touched him. I'd have talked about him. He'd have thought he would beat up. I'd have got on his old butt so hard. He'd have thought he would beat up, but
man, you got a t-shirt tucked in your shorts. Snatch your shirt out the jeans, man. Got your white socks pulled up to your calves. What's going on, bro? Like you about to go paint.
I done went in on them, but I can imagine though one of them YNs at the park with their kids though. Oh yeah, and he said that to one of them. Oh yeah,
yeah. But you
they had a field day with that one, boy.
You see what D-Elect said? That's what would have got her. I don't pay him no mind. He just gonna let the sun burn himself up.
Exactly.
He got mad. He got mad. He's been ready to fight. What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say?
He got enough sunblock there, son.
Right. He'd have been snatching his shirt out of his pants. Mm-hmm. Like, why you got the t-shirt tucked in, bro?
Yeah, man. Dude say my kind is all over her, and that's what gives them the power to do that because they know that.
They know.
They know that. What did I say earlier? What's understood needs no explaining, and they got a code, dude. They got a way of just like we got a way of talk. Think about it. Think about our energy as a people. When you see us, grocery store, doctor's office, just out on the street or what, we got an energy about ourselves. And you know what I'm saying?
We just got
black women can have a whole conversation with just our eyes and never say a word.
Never say nothing.
You think them white people ain't got an energy?
Yeah, and they get whenever. Oh, y'all gotta go see the movie.
He gonna make me go see it tonight.
Whenever we come around or whenever we are around, it's like their antennas go off. They can't take it. We don't even be paying them any attention. Yeah, we don't even notice they around.
Don't. There's a place that I go to on the regular, full of white people. They done learned to leave me alone, though. I think I told you about it. They don't learn to leave that nigga alone.
Yeah. Same here. They don't ask about the chain no more. They used to ask.
But when I go there, it's exactly what you just said, bro. I go. I have backpack with me. I have this here with me, which is my headphone, phone, and my tablet. I go to the back. I throw these jokers on. I be in my own little world. I don't even be worried about them. And that sometimes pisses them off. That bothers them. It bothers them that I could come in here and I ain't got to be a part of them. Because other Negroes going there, they be trying to fight to be in their company. I'm only here because none of my people.
Right. I got to be in here. So
if my people own this here,
I wouldn't. Yeah, right. You think I'd be in here? Yeah. That burns them up when we don't play.
Yeah, it really do, man.
When we don't play to them as our heroes, as we. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been brought over here out of the jungles to meet white Jesus. When we don't play to that narrative, it makes something happens on the inside.
Right.
Something happens.
Right. But I be waiting for one of them to get on to be about Jesus. I guess it's the Ruach. Ain't now one of them ever said nothing to me about that Jesus. Cause boy,
I told you.
Boy, I'm gonna go in on that white Jesus. And that's probably where I'm gonna start at, that white Jesus, man. Say, man, I don't believe in no Jesus, man. What?
He wouldn't have made it through that sun in Africa. He wouldn't have made it.
Come on, man.
He wouldn't have made
How in the world would white Jesus hide in Egypt?
See, and when you say something that simple, you ain't got to go to scripture. You can just say, it eludes, and you use big words like they do. Well, it eludes me that he would have been able to survive in that type of sun. See, it automatically makes sense. It don't. All it takes is 1 second for them to process that, and they be like, "Oh yeah, I never thought about it like."
And now they get mad. Then they get mad.
Then they process it from bewilderment and wonder, and you know what pops up in their mind first? They tell me this mystery. Out of all the words in the Bible, that's one of the mysteries to them. And it was a mystery to us too. But that's so it becomes a mystery. Then they process that mystery to, man, how did I not know that? And then it turns to anger. Like I said, in all the stores around here, they don't ask me about this no more.
Yeah.
Hey, what is that on your? Oh, never mind.
Ezekiel seen the Most High sitting on his throne. And every color that he called out,
Jasper,
looked like you and I.
Jasper, sardine, amber,
you know what I'm saying?
Ruddy and brown.
Hey. Then we go all the way, and then Hamashiach say he was his son.
If you've seen me, you've seen the Father.
I don't care what nobody say. That picture on Good Times and Dead to Wine, though, I think that made a perfect Hamashiach.
Bro,
yes, indeed.
Listen, everything I just said, their mind, the mystery, their mind, everything you just said from Ezekiel to Daniel to Hamashiach, Good Times, their mind runs through that.
Yeah,
and they
be processing.
Well, you know what?
You gloss over that.
And then they'll hit you with, then even a black Christian will hit you with, color don't matter.
It don't matter.
Color don't matter. You a lie? Yeah, dude. Why you think Ezekiel told you what color he was?
Right.
If it don't matter, then let's just say he black and keep it moving.
Right. That is.
Right.
Really quick before we get out of here, I want to circle back to something. Shaka Boom said earlier, the double standard has always been there between us black folk and them since the beginning. I just want to share something because even though there have been no comments, no allegations, no anything, ain't nobody saying ain't nobody saying nothing to this man.
See?
Nothing about it. Man, she ain't even 30.
You know how old? No, she ain't even 30.
What I just said, she ain't even 30.
Y'all know how old he is?
24? Oh.
He's 74.
He damn near 80.
She 24.
24.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That is your granddaddy.
Darn near great granddaddy while you playing.
That's your granddaddy. Look at him.
Granddaddy.
That joker sitting up there looking like what's his name on the Smurfs?
Gargamel.
Gargamel. That joker look like Gargamel.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. She got that look. I'm only here because of the money.
They're not even looking at the same camera.
Hey.
She's looking at her next set of options.
Well, with the double standard, it's just
Sugar daddy.
Look at that joker, boy.
Sugar daddy.
That joker got to take 3 blue pills. He's so old.
No.
There you go.
3 blue pills and he really be in there. Amber waves of grain on purple mountain.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, man.
Man. Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
We're going to be at the beach house
I'm
next
tickled.
week.
Yes, indeed.
You already know.
That was good, man. That was a good show. Great show.
Hey, we'll be back next week, same time.
Hopefully same channel.
Same, right.
Hopefully. We're going
Hopefully. Yep. We gonna see how everything shake out with We're gonna see how everything shake out with Shadur. If they really don't want that boy to be what's his logo?
Legacy.
They really want to kill his legacy, they better keep him off the football field.
Well,
I'm
they
telling
might
you,
kill his legacy on the football field, but he gonna have one.
this is true. Because you know what I'm afraid of? We got 3 minutes. I'm afraid that they'll, if he do get on the football field, I'm afraid that they'll do him like Shanahan did RG3.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what makes me afraid with Shadur in the NFL, because see, they got a way of still getting people moved around with playing them, and if they know he not no mobile quarterback either, right? They know he not. And this is the first time I heard an NFL exec say that one of the reasons they passed on him because he's not mobile. Normally, y'all looking for pocket passes. Y'all looking for traditional.
They constantly changing the rules.
Boy, they move the goalposts every time.
You don't want us to do this because we great at it. Okay, you want me to be in the pocket? Okay, now I'm going to go to being in the pocket.
Right.
I'm in the pocket. Oh, y'all don't like that now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I want you to run.
Yeah. You running this way? No, we want you to run another way.
But they looking for another Josh Allen though. Another white boy that got some legs. Is it Josh Allen? That his name?
Yeah.
They looking for they looking for another one. You know what I'm saying?
He mobile.
Yeah, he mobile and he white.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and
he won out of 32.
32?
Everybody else white, and they've dropped back, their feet be stuck in the ground.
Man.
It be one of them little green soldiers, remember we used to have?
Uh-huh.
Stuck.
If you don't stand it the right way, they ain't gonna stand up straight.
They're gonna Peyton Manning boys say, man.
Peyton Manning ain't running.
Hey,
ain't running.
not too much on Peyton. Not too much on Peyton.
Peyton one of the greatest. I ain't talking about him. I'm just talking about he ain't got no feet.
He wasn't running though.
He didn't have to. He had a big brain.
That's why his head was so big.
And facts.
Be more lottie. Got more head.
Facts.
His brother looked like he was on the spectrum when he came in. I said, that boy can't play no football. That boy
That's why his daddy didn't want
rode the short bus.
That's why Archie had to get involved.
He wasn't like Rumi and Sir Carter was. I'm just playing. Beyonce, I'm just playing.
He done it. He done it. We is fist to be in the trap house, not even a beach house.
I'm just playing.
Them just jokes.
The Hive.
Them just jokes.
Look, we gonna wake up in the morning. This jump gonna be at 1.1 million views, 307,000 subscribers. They gonna be looking up my names, my AKAs, and everything.
Let me get us out of here before we get in some trouble, in some real trouble.